You with Match Night on BBC Radio Suffolk. Ipswich Town are away at Hull City in the Championship. Let's go live to the MKM Stadium and join our commentary team. Former Town striker Alex Matthey is back alongside Brenna Woolley.
It was 3-3 the last time we were in East Yorkshire. A valuable point taking Town to the verge of promotion to the Premier League. And I think we're expecting goals here this evening. Ipswich don't really tend to do nil-nils, and they rarely have two of them in a row. And when you look at Hull's strengths and weaknesses, boy can they score, but boy can they also concede. We're hoping for an entertaining encounter. Let's just hope Kieran McKenna's men are more clinical than they were at the weekend. That's probably the biggest issue against Wrexham. It's the first game of 3 away in this crazy 8-day spell. We should see the Blues and their fans travel nearly 1,200 miles in total, so it would be nice to think they'll manage to take a healthy percentage with the 9 points on offer before Championship leaders Coventry come to Portman Road a week on Saturday. Alex, is this one of those fixtures you'd take a point from now, or do you think Town need more tonight?
I would like to see Town go on and win this game. We need to start winning games. Draws aren't good enough just now. I mean, I'm quite surprised we're still involved in the Championship race, because the number of games we've drawn, we need to turn these wins into draws, these draws into wins, really. It's going to be a tough game tonight, though, Brenna. It really is. It's going to be a lot of, hopefully we'll see a lot of goals.
Well, there's been 9 in the last 3 fixtures between these two sides, as they're out in front of us here at the MKM Stadium. Hull in their largely old gold-coloured shirts with a bit of black trim, black shorts and old gold socks. Ipswich Town at the moment off to our right-hand side, about to take off their tracksuit tops and reveal their blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks. Well, 6 changes made by Kieran McKenna, which many of us were probably expecting tonight. In come Greaves back at his former club. Kiyuste, McAteer, Nunez, Clark and Hurst. Out to the bench go Kipre, Taylor, Eggley, Akpom, Philogene and Athon. It's the same 20-man squad who was on duty for that 0-0 with Wrexham at Portman Road a few days ago. So Walton still in goal in the absence of Palmer. The back 4, Furlong, O'Shea the captain, who we just heard from on BBC Radio Suffolk, playing alongside Greaves. Davis, who was also in the first 3/4 of an hour of match night, he's at left back. Then the 2 of Matusiwa alongside Kiyuste, the 3 in front of them. McAteer, who had that great chance at the weekend. Nunez and Clark up front is Hurst. On the bench, Button, Taylor, Philogene, Athon, Eggley, Akpom, another former Hull player in this Ipswich Town squad, Kipre, Johnson and Young. 3 changes made by the home manager, Sergei Yakirovich. Crooks is out through suspension. He picked up his 5th yellow of the season. Egan and Destan drop to the bench, as we will break away from the team news as the MKM Stadium is about to pay tribute to former Hull City chairman Don Robinson, who passed away recently.
As chairman from 1982 to 1989. Paddy made 162 appearances during an 8-season spell with his hometown club. We now ask you to join us in a minute's applause, which will begin and end on the referee's whistle.
Nice tribute to former Hull City chairman Don Robinson, who passed away recently at the age of 91. Nice piece in the match programme, in fact. First paragraph says, described as an eccentric businessman, Don saved the club from receivership when he purchased the Tigers in 1982. So Hull City, the team news, 3 changes for them. Crooks, Egan and Destan are out. In come JB and Dala and Ajay. Pandor is the keeper. They play the same system as Town. Back 4 of Coyle, the captain at right back. Ajay and Hughes at centre half. Giles at left back, then it's Hadjimetovic alongside Slater, then a three of Gelhardt, who's been amongst the goals recently, JB and Ndala, and it's Joseph, who played in one of those three support roles at QPR the other day. He's the number 9 through the centre. On the bench, Phillips, Balumi, Akintola, Egan, Drame, Famewo, Destan, McCarthy and Brandon Williams, who has made one sub-appearance for Hull so far, having joined them after a trial in the summer. Yet to start for them. He's been out recently through injury, but he's back involved tonight as play gets underway. Ipswich Town playing from left to right as Davis's ball has just kept him playing. Now it looks to have gone out for a corner kick. Town won a corner kick inside the first, 10 seconds when the ball went out of play off to our left-hand side, for an opportunity then for Jack Clark to cause some problems in that Hull box.
Yeah, this would be the perfect start, wouldn't it?
Town have started brightly here at the MKM Stadium. We don't tend to do back-to-back 0-0 draws. We're not expecting one here tonight. We can scrub out the possibility right now with good delivery from Clark, and it does look good into the centre, punched away by the goalkeeper, not too far. That was an excellent corner kick, but Hull should get it to Wayne. Nunez does well to win it back, left-footed ball into the Hull box. Bright from Town, McAteer tries to bring it down for a teammate. Greaves wins it for Ipswich. Excellent pressure, too heavy a touch from Davis. Strong challenge comes in on him. The ball's out near side on halfway.
Yeah, but unfortunately from Davis, you expect his touch to be a little bit better there. He was going to, I think he was waiting to let fly and have a shot at goal. But his touch just went away from him.
Here is Greaves, very popular in his time with his hometown club Hull. 177 appearances when he came through the youth ranks here. He's played in the last 4 encounters between these two sides for Hull, has Jacob Greaves. Loose from Nunez, far side under some pressure. Hull have a throw in at left back. Vicena on, known for scoring lots but also being a bit porous at the back. There's only Coventry scored more goals than them in this division this season, but only bottom club Sheffield Wednesday have a worse defensive record, so Sergei Yakirovic's focus has to be on tightening up at the back, and then particularly if they get McBurney back, you never know in the second half of the season. They could remain a force to be reckoned with. 6th in the table, a couple of places above Ipswich Town at the start of the night here.
Yeah, Ajayi is a big lad, isn't he? Big number 6. And then I think the one they're going to look after is Gelhardt. Saw him a few times for Leeds. He's a decent player and he knows where the goal is, Brenner. So it's one to keep an eye on. I think he's playing out in the sort of right-hand side here.
He's kind of found a home here. Was so highly regarded, the Liverpool-born player that came through at Wigan. He's been a Leeds player for a little while now. Had loans, but he's really shining at the moment with 6 goals in his last 7 games. Scored in the last 3 here as Walton goes left-footed downfield, headed away from the edge of the Hull area. Glancing nod on was attempted by Slater. Nunez wins it in midfield for Ipswich Town, leaves it on the far side to McAteer, who is robbed. Joseph wide on the left-hand side, the Scottish attacker nudged to the ground by McAteer. The referee says nothing wrong with it, then McAteer goes flying and he wins a free kick for the foul on him by Joseph.
Yeah, he went down a little bit dramatically there, didn't he? But we'll take the free kick.
3 players in blue went towards the referee. Matusiwa, O'Shea and Kayuste was the other one. Not sure why. Town have won this free kick. O'Shea still talking to the referee, who incidentally tonight is Lewis Smith. Did Town's dramatic defeat at Brentford last season in the Premier League when he sent off Harry Clark.
I think it was a little bit afterwards with the Hull player. I think maybe stepped on McAteer when he was down in the ground. That's what it looked like anyway, Brenner.
Nothing doing other than the free kick, which the home fans are getting a bit hot under the collar about Walton taking his time over. We've played 4 minutes of this game. You haven't missed any goals if you're joining us a bit late on BBC Radio Suffolk Sport. First of 3 midweek games in a row for Ipswich Town, away to Blackburn a week tonight, and then they've got Stoke 2 weeks tomorrow at Portman Road. Got some tasty fixtures coming up, Ipswich Town, against the likes of Stoke, and they play Coventry twice next month. They've got to go to Leicester as well. Hull playing the ball around the side of the penalty area, back to the goalkeeper. Too heavy a touch. He's let that go out, has it? Looked to have gone out. It's not been given. Poor clearance away. Town might be able to capitalise on this. Hull woeful at the back there, suicidal, cleared away by Giles. Here come Ipswich again. McAteer on the right point of the Hull box, gives it to Kiyuste, he dabs it back to Matusiwa, Greaves in the middle third. Out to the left-hand side, Davis offers himself up, he's got it, gets it out from under his feet, doesn't cross it, pulls it back to Clark instead. Scored here in the past, Jack Clark for Sunderland. O'Shea square to the far side and Furlong. Poor pass from Furlong, nowhere near McAteer. McAteer slides in, wins it back and wins the throw-in.
Good start from Town.
Yep.
Hull have living dangerously a little bit of the way they're playing at the back, but Town are putting them on the front foot, pushing them back.
Clark 30 yards out in a central area, takes a tumble, the referee was in a great position. Hull bring it away through Slater, lovely bit of skill from him. Matusiwa nicks it off of Slater, Nunez playing with gloves on to Clark, it's a lively game. Hurst just outside the area, won by Coyle, it goes to JB in the centre. The big man playing in the number 10, now on the left hand side, Manchester City lone player Indala, trying to take on Furlong, who kept his eye on the ball. Good challenge from Darnell Furlong, out for a throw.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Furlong tonight, keeping his eye on the ball, but he did well there.
40 previous league meetings. I'll actually have a hold over Ipswich Town. 18 victories compared to Town's 10. Lovely play from Joseph to flick it out to the left-hand side. And Darla, who takes a tumble as he tries to spin Furlong. Joseph tangles with O'Shea. The ball's out for a throw to Hull on the far side, who've got some exciting talents in their team.
Yeah, some nice little touches for the forward players there.
Yeah, Joseph looks very mobile. JB's height could be a problem from set pieces. On a free kick on the far side, Hull. Giles, the left back, is up to take this. He's had an excellent season, according to the Hull fan that I spoke to on the Blue Hour last night. In the 7th minute of this championship match under the lights in East Yorkshire, Hull have a free kick far side. It'll be Giles who knocks it left-footed into the Ipswich Town area. Headed back by JB, I think it was, got his body all wrong. And as far as Slater tries to place his shot, hits the backside of Joseph and is booted away by George Hurst, back as a third centre-half for Ipswich momentarily. Now Pando, in his second full season, the Croatian goalkeeper, won Player of the Year last year for Hull, as they really did struggle. They were in a relegation battle for a lot of last season. Only stayed up, in fact, on goal difference in the end, that having finished 7th the previous year, the year that Ipswich Town went up, and they were a really good side under Liam Rossigna. Here is Pandora again in his luminous kit off to the left. Ipswich Town fans incidentally over in the far left corner, wrapping around that corner, about 2,000 of them here. JB out to the right hand side, headed up by Davis for himself to get away from Gelhardt. He's still got it. Davis on this left hand side, little ball in field to Kiyuste, easily cut out by Gelhardt. It was rather telegraphed by Davis. Here is JB, another former Leeds player, or player with Leeds connections in this Hull side.
Yeah, I think he needs a forward runner there, or a diagonal when Davis there. It was too tight. I think he needs to open it up or put it in behind for Jack Clark to stretch his legs. But Clark never really gave him an option there, so Davis, he had nothing else on.
The referee's got some issue with his technology by the looks of things. Obviously referees are wired up with communications left, right and centre nowadays, so we've got a little break and play here as Lewis Smith gets something sorted out on his right bicep. Let's head back to Graham.
A couple of goals already, both Stoke goals inside 5 minutes. They lead Charlton 2-0.
Wow, some interesting games around the Championship this midweek, not least of all second against first at the Riverside, Middlesbrough against Coventry, Southampton, Leicester as well as another one. Incidentally, Hull trying to complete the relegated treble tonight. They've already beaten Southampton and Leicester this season. And of course Philip Clement's home debut against Oxford. Norwich trying to get their first points at Carrow Road this season. That's a big game for them. Oxford having the East Anglian double this season, because of course on Friday night Mick Mills will be alongside me for Oxford United against Ipswich Town in this really busy spell. Coyle, Hull born, in his second spell at the club, the captain, on this free kick. Maybe just 10 yards or so inside Ipswich Town's half of the field. He launches it forward to Ajayi. Ajayi heads it square, nodded down by Hurst on the edge of the area. Clark brings it down, wants to run it away, gets into trouble. JB steps in there, but Clark was being impeded. It's a free kick to Ipswich at the back.
Yeah, good feet from Clark there. He really was, good feet. He got the foul. I think it was a foul, Brennan. I think he did get dragged back, but good composure from Clark.
Still 0-0 at the MKM Stadium. 28 goals scored in 16 games so far for Hull City, through a variety of players as well. They've spread them around as much as McBurney and Gelhardt kind of top the charts. Others have been chipping in. Hull have the ball at the back with Hughes, highly rated young centre-half who's brought in from Wigan as Jacob Greaves' replacement. Forward it comes from Hadjimetovic, one of the players that arrived in the summer, Bosnian on loan from Besiktas. He and Slater have been the basis of Hull's midfield more often than not this season. O'Shea with a diagonal to the halfway line underneath. Asleaf Davis has it in between the two managers. They're still goalless as Kayuste turns away from Joseph and Slater. Matusi was caught on the ball, thankfully bites back to win it for Ipswich Town, because that could have been threatening for Hull. Furlong far side, bypasses Ndala down the line, but it's back with Giles of Hull.
It'd be a better way of passing, coming out for the back. We can't be giving it away cheaply. Too often we're giving it away cheaply. We need to be keeping a hold of it.
Ball's back with Pandor in his D off to our left-hand side. Town starting like 3 points off third place and just 6 off second. Great opportunity with all these games coming up for Ipswich Town. Coventry ahead at the Riverside. Middlesbrough 0, Coventry 1. Hurst, infield to Clark. Here come Ipswich Town. Behind Nunez, might be a chance if he'd let it go to McAteer, but he's done the right thing, Nunez. He didn't know that. He's held it up well. Nunez to Hurst. Davis on the left wing. Further down that line near side is Nunez. Nunez tries to play an impossible ball in field. Comes off of the defender. There's Hadjimetovic initially there for Hull. Hull can't keep a hold of the ball very long. Town win it back. O'Shea finds Matusiwa. Matusiwa, one of the few names that you know with real certainty is going to start games at the moment for Town. There aren't too many of those. Clark lifts it over the top of Ajayi. Sliced by Coyle. Could cause his cohorts back for Hull some problems. Giles got the better though of McAteer and banged it high over the halfway line. Head down from O'Shea, picked up by Gelhardt. Gelhardt pressed but over Walton. Whoa, that was brilliant from Gelhardt. For a second, hearts were in mouths. Walton was scrambling back. He was a bit panicky there. Thankfully it was off target. It would have been a goal from what, 40 yards?
Yeah, thought it was Kenny McLean again.
Yeah. Shades of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
Richarlison against Arsenal the other day as well. It's
Yeah.
all in vogue at the moment.
Great awareness from Gelhardt, really was. And he did have Walton struggling back. He didn't know where he was.
No, had it been on target, I think that would have been a brilliant goal from Hull. Really inventive stuff. Great vision as well from Gelhardt, who's clearly playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. 12 gone still, waiting for our first goal of the night on BBC Radio Suffolk. They've only got one clean sheet in their last 7 games. Hull, that was at Carrow Road.
That's no surprise though, is it?
No, it's not. And they also kept a clean sheet at Coventry first weekend of the season, the only team to do that so far. Pandor's been penalised for taking too long over his goal kick. It's rare that referees pick up on that.
Wow, it's not very often you see that, Brenner.
Very rare, isn't it?
And this is a great opportunity. Really is.
Yeah.
Great position for Davis or Clark. Where's he going with the ball, Clark? It's not a corner.
He's given a corner kick.
He'll give a corner. Is that the rules?
Clearly.
Oh, didn't know that, Brenner.
But they rarely penalise that, do they? They'll tell very, very rare. They'll give goalkeepers yellow cards before they actually give a corner kick. So, corner kick for Ipswich Town in bizarre circumstances.
Every day's a school day.
After Pandor had wasted too much time on the ball. Corner kick to Ipswich. Clark to take it at 0-0. Right-footed beyond the far post. The keeper touched it away. Could have let it go. He's lost his mind a little bit and didn't get any communication from his defenders, in fairness. And it's out for a throw to Ipswich on the far side of the field.
That's a let off that, because it was a poor corner from Clark. Never picked Andy out.
There's too much on it. The goalkeeper should have left it in front of one of the Ipswich Town flags over in the far left corner. Furlong has the ball in his hands. 14 minutes played at the MKM Stadium. The referee's sorting something out in the box off to our left-hand side. That's where most of his work is at the moment. Having a word with O'Shea, involved with Joseph. Chance for Ipswich Town. In the 15th minute of this championship match, Furlong winding up a long throw over in the far left corner. Forward he comes, arcs his back and hurls it in quite flat. Looks a dangerous one. Cleared away by Gelhardt after the initial interception by JB. Matussi was onto it for Town. He'll roll it back to Walton with his orange boots on. Let's go back to Graham.
Another Coventry goal there, 45th league goal of the season, 2 up at Middlesbrough.
Unbelievable. Hurst, lovely touch around the back. No, doesn't quite get to McAteer. It's back with Pandor. Initially it looked perfect from Hurst, which would have put McAteer in on goal.
Yeah, it's a shame that, because it was a good bit of play. It was a good ball from McAteer into Hurst and a good touch, but just not enough on it.
The chap that spoke to you on the train earlier on would be very happy. He was a Coventry fan heading to the Riverside, waxing lyrical about the job that Frank Lampard's done and saying how good they are this season. He'll have a smile on his face after, 15 minutes or so of that game. What Kim Hellberg watching on is making of that start for the team that he's about to inherit. Clark for Ipswich. Diagonal ball out to the far side towards McAteer. McAteer keeps it in with his head to Furlong. It was all he could do. Back to Matussi on the halfway line. Now the keeper's had a great deal to do so far in this game. Davis on the left wing for Ipswich Town. Good to hear from him earlier on. Here is Kiyuste. He's been very quiet. O'Shea to Greaves. Greaves infield to Matussi, just outside the Hull area. Gives it to Clark. Gets it back. Stumbled over the ball, Kiyuste, but he's done well enough in the end. Davis plays it off of Coyle. And it's out for a throw to Ipswich. Looking along the edge of the Hull City area. Tell a little bit more of the possession and territory at the moment there, just outside the Hull City penalty box. Kieran McKenna on the edge of what's a huge technical area here for him. As big as you see at this level. Kiyuste with this throw for Ipswich Town. Trying to open the scoring at Hull this Tuesday evening, and it comes to the Hull box, headed away. But there's a foul, probably hear the referee's whistle. Free kick at the back to the Tigers.
It's amazing how football changes from season to season, isn't it? From the long throw back, and everybody's using it now, compared to they never used it. Used to be a short goalkeeper, back to the goalkeeper and come out the other side.
Set pieces in general, very much back in fashion. They've all got their set piece coaches, haven't they? And you see players celebrate goals with set piece coaches. So Morgan Rogers did that with a terrific free kick for Aston Villa on Sunday. Matussi, lovely spin from Kiyuste, then blocked off by Ajayi. The ball breaks to Slater into the path of JB, coming forward. Hull with intent, trying to get the first goal of this game. And Darla, the winger, inside the Ipswich Town area. A little step over goes to the byline, but he's going to overrun it. Furlong marshalled him well. Goal kick Ipswich Town, but that was a chance for Hull to do more than they did.
Yeah, but it was good defending from Furlong. It really was. He's not dived in, and he's not giving. He's let him make his mind up. So it was good defending. He just ran out of ground.
You were saying to me earlier on, you'd love these conditions when you were a player, didn't you, Alex? These perfect conditions.
Yeah, I used to love night games. I used to love playing underneath the lights. I really did. And it's when it's like this and it's cold and it's just perfect conditions.
A lot of rain earlier on, but dry overhead at the moment. I'll be keeping an eye on the weather forecast for Blackburn next Monday, I'm sure, bearing in mind what happened the first time we were there this season. Clark to Nunez, good play from Clark. Not so by Nunez, given away, but also given away by Coyle. Kiyuste says thank you very much. Here is Clark, 0-0, nudged off the ball by Joseph. Slater into the path of JB, again playing on the break here. Hull Ndala's gone in behind, poor pass from JB. He's pushed Ndala wide left outside the Ipswich area. Still Hull have it there in the final third. Ndala wants to take on Furlong into the box, tries to cross it. It's gone off Ndala last for a goal kick for me, and the referee agrees. Ndala's trying to bluff that it was a corner. I think we can see from here that he got the final touch there.
Yeah, definitely. Again, good defence from Furlong. Standing up, not diving in. And that'll frustrate Ndala. It really will. When a defender does that and stands up and says, well, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Because he's not committing himself. Because that's what wingers want you to do. They want you to commit yourself. And good, as I say, Furlong started the game very well.
Town with one win in 10 here. That was the... not the last time we were here, that was the 3-3 the time before that. It was a very, very rare victory on this ground. The only previous victory here at this particular stadium ahead of that win in 2023 was the 5-2 when Francis Jeffers scored 18 years ago now. Town haven't had much joy at all wherever they've played Hull in East Yorkshire down the years, as Pandor kicks the ball long from left to right. Walton out of his area controls it for Ipswich Town. We're still waiting for the first goal of the night on BBC Radio Suffolk. Town with 6 changes: Greaves, Cayuste, and then McAteer, Nunez, Clark and Hurst all into the team from the weekend. If you went with us for team news, Wayward from Greaves. Davis couldn't keep it in.
So sloppy we were passing tonight, and Hull are just the same. We really need to get it going, because whoever gets this first goal is going to give them such a confidence boost, and they'll go on to win the game, Brenner, for me.
Yeah, it's not been great so far, with pretty much 19 minutes on the clock. Coyle with a little throw down the line. Greaves goes up and wins it over the top of Joseph. Hooked forward by Clark to no one other than Hughes. Hughes at the back for Hull. Plays a ball forward, headed away by Furlong. Could have let it go. No harm done, because O'Shea just pops a little comfortable header back to Walton.
I'm pleased to see Walton getting a run in the team.
Yeah,
he's a good goalkeeper, and he was really highly rated before he got injured, that bad injury, and it kept him out of the team for a long time, so good to see him getting a run.
It was only his first ever start for Ipswich Town in the Championship a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Bizarre when you think about that, how big a part he played in the League One promotion season, then just had that injury which allowed Halatki to come in on the eve of that campaign, and he never looked back. Clark wins the ball, tries to get away from Slater. One back at the second attempt by Hadjimetovic. Here is Coyle, the right back, his 200th appearance for Hull tonight, twisting and turning to try to shake off Clark. Ball's out for an Ipswich Town throw. It swung out of play, the clearance from Coyle. Matthew Siwa in midfield for Ipswich Town, needs an option, just goes short to Cayuste. Back now to Greaves. Hasn't been the goal fest that we hoped it might be, with almost a quarter of this game gone. Yet to see either keeper pick the ball out of the back of his net. Matthew Siwa closed down by JB, who he'd spent $5 million on when they bought him from Man City several seasons ago now. Here is Matthew Siwa on the halfway line, gives it to Nunez, back and field to Matthew Siwa. He shifts it on to McAteer. Town with a few one-touch passes. Cayuste, well read by Ajayi, nipped in there ahead of Clark. There's long legs of his, he's then chopped down by Cayuste. Yellow card for the Swede, right under the nose of the referee. It's his second of the season.
Yeah, it was a booking.
Yeah, no complaints from him. Good interception by Ajayi, who's going to put Leeds on the Hull on the front foot there.
Yeah, he had to intercept it. If not, he was out of the game, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Free kick to Hull, just inside their half of the field, and it's Hadjimetovic over it, gives it to Slater. Hadjimetovic then goes square to the far side, and Hughes, closed down by Nunez. He bends it relatively square across the park to Ajayi. Ajayi then back to Pandor, flicks the ball up and then clears it to halfway. Greaves wins his battle with Gelhardt, kept in field by Ajayi. Just down by Coyle. Hull have the ball. Little drag back from Coyle. Rids himself of the pressure of Hurst. Ajayi through a little gap. Gets it back from Hadjimetovic. Then goes square to Hughes. Midway point in this first half. Still to see a goal. Hadjimetovic over the top, looking for the run of Gelhardt. The ball comes off the number 21 on his back and drops down nicely for Slater. Slater looks up and bends the ball into the area. Caught stomach height by Walton on the edge of his 6-yard box.
Yeah, it was a poor ball into the box, wasn't it? It was in Walton's hands all day.
23 gone live on BBC Radio Suffolk Sport. Still as we were at the weekend, 0-0. Furlong far side, ball in field, finds Hurst. Time to turn and look up. Plays a ball against a Hull player, but it drops nicely to Clark. Clark arrows his pass to the left, and Davis, who thought about the early cross into the area, he pulls it back to Cayuste. Now with Greaves. O'Shea, still not a lot going on in either penalty area. Hopefully that'll change now. Nunez has the ball on the right hand side, low to the edge of the box. Hurst takes it nicely on the D, spins, then goes to ground, and Dala shields the ball away from Nunez and brought away by Hadjimetovic. He'll play it back to Giles. Giles launches it forward early. Davis should win the header against Gelhardt and does. Nunez takes it on his chest. But Hadjimetovic is there, falling over the ball to win Hull a free kick. Not a great game, is it?
No, it's not. It's very sloppy, very scrappy. Both teams, there's plenty of space on the pitch as well. Nobody's really getting too tight. We just need to be, our passing just needs to be a lot slicker. We need to be doing a little bit more forward passing in behind the defence. Everything's in front of them. That's easy for defenders. They need to be putting balls down the side in between the centre halves and the full backs. We ain't doing that yet. It's all too easy for Hull.
A few of the Ipswich subs out, just down below us with their red bibs on, as Leif Davis lets the ball come across his body and out of play near side from a Hull player. It's a throw in for Ipswich Town. Sergej Likurovic, the Bosnian former centre-half in charge of Hull this season. His 7th club in 8 years, managed in Bosnia and Switzerland and Turkey. Poor pass from Hadjimetovic, easily cut out by Furlong, who's given it straight back to JB. Wow, Ajayi, to Coyle, measures a pass to halfway. Coyle back to JB. Here is JB. Hadjimetovic, it's all inside the Hull half, this little period of play, this last 10-20 seconds or so. Hadjimetovic showed too much of the ball to McAteer. Nunez gives it Matosiwa. Matosiwa gives it straight to Slater, then tries to win it. In flies JB, it's not good. O'Shea to Furlong. Furlong edging towards the halfway line, gives it to Nunez. Nunez then in turn finds McAteer. McAteer in field, that's a decent ball to Kiyuste. Wants to spin away from Gelhardt. He's done well, the Swede. Now Greaves bursting forward from the back. He's kept going. Davis on the left-hand side in a crossing position. Puts it into the edge of the box to Clark. Good feet from Clark. Clark then to Nunez. Nunez miscontrols it. In a good position, and Dala loses it for Hull. Hull then win it back on the edge of their area. And it's up to Hughes, taking the ball out of the left of the Hull box to clear it. Gets lucky, very lucky. It's reached the feet of JB on halfway. Back come Ipswich, who had been in a promising position there. Didn't make the most of it.
Yeah, getting in each other's way, aren't they? It's like ping pong, honestly.
0-0. Hughes. Now Ajayi, who's a big tall player at the back. We've seen him for Rotherham and West Brom in the back. Shemi Ajayi, because of his West Brom connections, knows a fair few players in the Ipswich Town squad. Here on the right hand side is Coyle coming forward for Hull. Leaves it to Slater, back to Coyle. Now Gelhardt gets away from Clark. Lovely play from Gelhardt, really clever, good footwork. Hull need to get him on the ball more, or that will be the thinking of their fans, because when he's had it, he's shown quality. Thankfully, from Ipswich Town's perspective, he's not had the ball enough. Coyle on the right-hand side, bends across into the centre, headed away by Greaves as far as Ndala, who shoots. It's saved by Walton, or hit the post, a bit of both perhaps. It's come off Walton for a corner kick. That was a good effort from Hull, the best we've seen so far. Yeah, it was scrappy, but it's failed to him, but it's a great save from Walton. Yep. It really is. If it's came off the post, I don't know, but it's a good save. It was.
Because it was going in that bottom left-hand corner, brother.
He's kept the score 0-0. Corner kick to Hull. Their first of the game, 28 minutes played. It's 0-0, it's ruled short. And at the second attempt, headed away by Greaves, looked a decent delivery. Hull should win it back. Hadjimetovic plays it out though, for a throw to Town at right back.
You just feel the first team that put a bit of quality together is going to score a goal here. It really looks that way, because they're both threatening, but it's just the final pass or the final cross or shot, it's just not happening.
Furlong. As the throw-in on the far side of the field. Town do need to find more goals in general in their game. Foul on Hurst. Bit of dissent from the player involved. It was Hughes, the centre-half, in midfield. And it's Matosiwa, who in the end leaves it for O'Shea. O'Shea with a diagonal ball out to the left-hand side. Davis nods it in field towards Clark. Won by Ajayi, brought down by Gelhardt. Cross comes Kiyuste, can't dive in, he's on a yellow. Gelhardt overhits that pass. The idea was right, trying to pick out Joseph, but too much pace on the ball, it's gone out behind.
I mean, we can read that from up there what Davis was going to do. You know what I mean? We can see what he was going to do with that ball there. If we can see that, the Hull players are all going to see that. They've just got to get a hold of the ball and keep it. We're just not keeping the ball at all. We're just giving it away far too cheaply.
Walton to Matthew Siwa. That layoff to the right back area from Matthew Siwa. Standard, regular bit of play that. O'Shea back to Walton. Walton closed down. Ooh, little drag back. Nice bit of footwork. Calm as you like from Christian Walton to deceive Joseph, and it buys O'Shea a little bit of time. Furlong on that far touchline. Ball in field. Terrible from him again. Straight to Hughes. That was a hit and hope, really. Given away by Hughes as well. Wow, there's so little quality in this game. Oh, my goodness. Kayuste, he's given it away as well. Ajayi, it's not good, is it?
Oh, it's poor.
Goodness,
it's really poor.
Wow. Greaves is down.
He has caught him though. He's caught him in the face. I don't think it's intentional. It's a flailing arm, and it's caught him in the face. Greaves. That's a sore one.
Yellow card for Gelhardt. Let's go back to Graham. Still goalless.
Coventry still 2 up at Borough. Stoke 2, Charlton 0. Add to that Preston 1 up at Watford. Norwich leading Oxford 1-0.
Boos for the referee for writing down the first Hull City name in his book. Kayuste on a caution as far as Town are concerned, and Kayuste's across having a little word in his shell like from Kieran McKenna down below us. Poor quality in this game with 14 minutes of the first half to go. There is Greaves now being booed, given away. Slater gets away from Greaves. Joseph for Hull inside the D. A chance, he shoots and he pulls it wide. That was a real opportunity for Hull City to take the lead in this game, but not the contact he was hoping for, Joseph.
He's got to do better, hasn't he? He really has got to do better. Thankfully he's not, but that's a right opportunity for Hull.
Where are you on this rotation argument, Alex? I don't think we've asked you about this.
I'm alright with the rotating the strikers in the midfield. I'm alright with that 4. He's did that a few times, but I think he needs to get his settled back 6 or 7 sorted out, Brenner. Because really, we look all over the shop at times. I mean, the rotation in centre halves, I don't get that. I really don't. It's either that he doesn't know his best 2. Obviously he doesn't, so... But the full-backs pick themselves. I think Furlong's a steady Eddie, and I think Davis is always in your team. Midfield, the holding midfielder, he's always going to start Matt Siwa. He seems to like Matt Siwa. And then the front 3, 4, yeah, I think you can rotate them. I think he did that the League Cup season, the League One season. He did it quite a lot. But yeah, it is a lot. But it's the way the football's played now, Brenner, isn't it? Squad management.
Yes, extreme with Ipswich there. 13 minutes to go until half time.
It just makes me feel as that nobody's really standing up and making that jersey theirs. That's why he's rotating it.
McAteer lost the ball, but he's won it back. Then he goes to ground. Slater's come away with it. Matthew Siwa wins it for Ipswich. Kayuste to McAteer. Out to the left-hand side. Poor pass from McAteer. Easily read by Coyle. Davis does well to get it back. There is Greaves. Now being booed for his pass, despite being the innocent victim in the Gelhardt booking. Kayuste 0-0. 33 minutes gone in this game. O'Shea to the halfway line, up it to the far side, and Furlong round the back looking for Hurst.
It's better though, Brenner. He's trying to put the ball in between the full back and the centre half. He's trying to do that, and we've got to throw in further up the pitch. It's a bit harsh. Greaves getting booed by the Hull fans after the service he's given. He did catch him with his hand, so I don't know what they're on about.
Throw in for Ipswich. Furlong, who's going to be taking it over on the far side for Nunez. Nunez takes it down on his right thigh. Tried to cross the ball, and it's come off Giles. Giles then plays it off, and Nunez runs a throw in for Hull City.
He's not done enough for me either since he's came to the club, Nunez.
No.
I know he's probably not had many opportunities, Brenner, but it's just not done. I expected more.
A couple of good free kicks at QPR, but yeah. Ndala's going to try and get away. Greaves puts the ball out on the far side for a throw-in to Hull City. Maybe I spoke too soon about the no chance of back-to-back 0-0s. Hull.
There will be a goal in it, Brenner, don't worry about that.
I think there will in this one, surely. Pandor to this right-hand side. Coyle takes it on his chest. Ajayi jabs it up in the air towards the halfway line. Greaves is going to take control of that situation. Gets the head of Gelhardt. Nodded down by Nunez. Might be a chance now for McAteer getting into the area. Just lost his footing as he went hip-to-hip with Hughes. Cleared away by Giles, and Dala can't control it under pressure from Furlong.
I don't think I've seen two teams so poor in one game. Do you know what I mean? In 35 minutes of a game, they have been so poor, the both of them really have.
Throw in from Furlong, touched back by Hurst to Clark. Clark loops it onto the chest of Davis. Davis closed down, gets the better of Gelhardt and pulls it back to Cayuste. Hull have been able to get men behind the ball. Town not quick enough, not sharp enough. On the left-hand side is Clark trying to run in field. Eventually plays it back to Greaves. Literally 2 or 3 people bothering to boo him. Davis goes back to Greaves. Davis now finds O'Shea. Square to Matusiwa. Forward from Matusiwa to Hurst off the front line, trying to get the better of a couple of defenders. He can't. Hull bring it away through Hughes. Matusiwa takes it off of Hughes. McAteer outside the area, edge of the box, has a go, gets underneath it, and it's well over the bar from the former Leicester player.
Yeah, it's a shot and goal. I think you had better options though, Brenner.
Worth a go, I guess.
I mean, you could have slipped Nunez down the side there. He took a touch, committed the defender, and then slipped Nunez in. Probably been his better option.
It's a goal kick for Hull City. Still looking for the first goal of the night here at the MKM Stadium. Healthy attendance here tonight, as I said earlier on. About 2,000 Ipswich Town fans, which is terrific. Great away support on a cold Tuesday night at the ground. Many of them will have been at before, and of course Christmas just around the corner. Some of those will also be at Oxford on Friday night, and also at Ewood Park in a week's time when Alex and I will be there as well for Blackburn Rovers away 2.0 this season, which we all agree would be the worst possible FA Cup third round draw. That's a couple of weeks away that Ipswich Town will find out their first cup opponents of the new year. JB goes back to Ajayi. Ajayi up to halfway, just probably too much on that for Slater. Greaves runs it square into the middle of the field, and Furlong is back to O'Shea. Furlong runs into Ndala. He's flattened by Ndala, who didn't give an inch. Free kick to Ipswich Town. Town were better on Saturday than this for me. Here is O'Shea, and obviously there are no great shakes against Wrexham. This has been very poor. O'Shea looking for Hurst over the top. Flag has stayed down. Back comes Ajayi and defends that situation really well. He's merited his return to the side in place of Egan tonight. Ajayi, Egan on the bench. Gelhardt, still a concern for me. Goes down, gets away from Clark. Wins the free kick. Then to Coyle. 7.5 until half-time. Ajayi, most of the noise now coming from the Hull City supporters. Unbeaten in the last 6 here, Hull. Hull have it with JB getting in between the two centre-halves. He's their number 10. He's that deep trying to get involved in the game. Hasn't had much to work with so far. He's in for Crooks, who's out suspended tonight. I'll have it with Hadjimetovic. Poor pass from him, chested back by Davis to Walton. O'Shea. Not a great deal to warm the cockles here tonight in East Yorkshire. Davis controls the ball, closed down by Gelhardt, who wins it, kept in by Coyle. Back to Ajayi. Making a run forward is Joseph. You're just checking the people behind us were still awake, Alex.
Yeah.
In field.
Hard to do it was. I think I kicked him on back.
Somebody snoring from the Ipswich Town press team. Coyle infield to Joseph. Back it goes to Slater. Coyle on this right-hand side. Back come Ipswich Town. Now Ajayi, almost robbed by Clark. He took a chance there, Ajayi. Almost didn't get away with it, but he has, sadly. Now it's Hadjimetovic to Hughes. Hull keeping a hold of the ball at the moment, but not showing much ambition with it. Not doing anything. The 10 blue shirts in front of Hughes. Hughes tries to pick out a pass, looking for Gelhardt. Joseph with a little nod back to Slater. Slater's idea was right, looking for Giles, but he found Furlong. Furlong forward to McAteer. In flies the challenge of Hughes. It's come off McAteer and out for a throw-in on the far side to Giles.
Right idea again, Brennan. Right idea, but just the execution of the pass. Passing's been, honestly, it's been brutal. It really has.
If we get into the stage, we should start to cheer ideas. If ideas are good, let's stand up and give them a round of applause. Let's play the national anthem because of a good idea.
And that's for both teams as well.
Get the bunting up because somebody's had a good idea. Here go Ipswich Town with a header forward. Can Nunez get away from Hughes? Sadly, the answer is no. Cleared by Giles. He played for Luton in the Premier League a couple of years. Lovely turn from Gelhardt. He's shown quality. Pretty much the only one out there tonight so far. On the right-hand side, Coyle. Coyle puts a cross in over the top of Walton, and Dahl won't get there quickly enough. Well done, Furlong. Covering in the right area as the full-back. Nodded down in field. Hull get it back. JB in the centre of the Ipswich half. Gets it forward to Gelhardt. Gelhardt holds off Clark. He's still got it. Gelhardt has a go. It's on target. Walton was behind it.
He's been the only one worth watching, to be fair.
I was just about to say, he's almost I like him getting the ball, as mad as that sounds, and as worrying as it is. It just gives us something to enjoy, something to look at and think, oh, there's a bit of football when the Hull number 21's in possession. Forward from Furlong. Hughes is there. And he goes back to Pandor. Thankfully, just 4 more minutes of this first half to go. Pandor's waiting on the ball. Of course he can. It's active. It's at his feet. Not like earlier on when he gave away a corner kick. Hadjimetovic trying to get Ndala away. Giles on the far side coming in field. Hull looking bright, trying to get the first goal of this game. Coyle outside the Ipswich area. In comes his ball behind Joseph, who brings it down, headed away by Greaves. Then the shot from JB, which has almost gone out of the ground off to our right.
It's a brave header from Greaves there, it really was, because he put his head in where the boots were and he needed to do it, so fair play to him.
0-0 on BBC Radio Suffolk. Ipswich Town away at Hull at the start of this really busy 8-day period.
Hopefully there'll be no extra time at the end of this half.
Fingers crossed there won't. You're quite right.
We start again in the second half,
It'd be
surely.
nice to think there is just this final 3.5 minutes of the 45 added on. Up from O'Shea to Hurst. Hurst holds it up, spins nicely, crossing halfway. Good stuff from Hurst so far. What can he do? Nunez is in the middle. He wants it. Hurst still has the ball, gets into the area, touched away from him. In comes the cross towards the far post. Pandor catches it, whilst Jack Clark was waiting for any spillage just a few yards away from him. It didn't come.
Yeah, better from Hurst though. Good turn, running with the ball.
It was. As Greaves wrestles with Joseph, O'Shea sees the ball to go back to Christian Walton. O'Shea in the D for Ipswich Town. Just over 2 minutes of the first half still to play. What was that? Very bad ball forward from Ipswich. It's gone out behind for a goal kick to Pandor.
That's what you would say, have it.
Yeah, it was like that, wasn't it? Exactly. Oh, I really want somebody to have another good idea, Alex. That's what I'm looking out for. Here comes Pandor getting ready to take this goal kick. Well, work for Kieran McKenna to do at half-time.
Both teams, I think, both managers something to do.
It's an opportunity, isn't it?
It really is.
It's a heck of a chance for one of these sides to grasp the initiative and crack on and win this game. Kayuste flicks it to Clark. Clark then goes back but finds Gelhardt. In goes Greaves. Good strong challenge on Gelhardt. Matthew Siwa is on the ball for Ipswich Town. Inside his own half, deep inside his own half, in fact, the Dutchman. Good ball from Matthew Siwa to Davis. Davis coming forward up against Coyle. Takes it beyond Coyle. Ajay will have to open those long legs of his, but Davis gets the ball first. Clark inside the Hull area. Blocked off. Hull might bring it away. Still alive, the ball. Cleared eventually out on this near side. Town have got a man injured in the follow-through from that clearance by Giles.
Can you status?
Yeah, the referee's just going to check on him.
He did catch him though.
Surprised to stop play though for that. He's clearly in pain, Kayuste, but it's not a head problem. But he's down in a heap outside the Hull City area. So sadly, Alex, there is going to be some added on time at the end of this half by the look of things. A little half an opening there for a second I thought might come Jack Clark's way, but sadly not. But of course Ipswich Town do have strength on the bench if they want to shake things up in the second half with Eggley and Philogene in particular.
Well, I mean, need somebody like that to come on and try and change it, give us a little spark. Both teams are very flat, they really are. I mean, I don't think both teams have ever played as bad as this. I mean, we're looking forward to an exciting attacking game, but the passing for both teams have been shocking. It really has. But it can only get better, Brenner.
Yeah,
it can only get better.
That is the hope.
Yes,
could be famous last words.
Yes,
but yeah, you'd like to think so.
Game of two halves, they say.
Well, we're hoping for a lot better in that second half. It's 2 minutes of added on time to be played, which we're going into. Kayuste obviously getting no sympathy from the home crowd, hobbling off near side. Looks like one that he's going to be able to shake off, or maybe will be on the exercise bike throughout half time to make absolutely certain he's okay. So belatedly, the added on 2 minutes are about to begin. Referee's got the ball in his hand. Town for the minute down to 10 men. Town unbeaten in 5 heading into this game.
Yeah, it's a good little run, Brenner.
Yeah,
it's a good little run, and it gives them confidence.
Still not losing here tonight, but
exactly
much better is required of Ipswich Town. Taylor's come back, but I think he's keeping his big overcoat on and settling down into the away dugout rather than readying himself to replace Kayuste. Swede's going to be all right, but he's still off the field at the moment. Giles had to sort out his feet quickly, which he did. Hadjimetovic up to halfway far side, the Hull left, ball up towards Joseph with a poor layoff, eventually goes from Indala to JB. Hull on the right hand side with Coyle. Jinks in field, gets away from Clark, prods it to Indala, edge there, back to Coyle, shoots, hits the backside of Matusiwa, spins in the way of Walton. He made that good save earlier on in this half from Indala, I think it was. This time it was a lot more straightforward for him to deal with. Second and final minute of the added on 2 at the end of this first half. Greaves square to O'Shea. There's Greaves once again, closed down by Gelhardt, goes back to Walton, didn't look comfortable at all there as Hull pressed with Indala, Joseph and Gelhardt.
I mean, even that 10-yard pass from O'Shea to Greaves, it's not the correct pass for his partner.
Yeah.
It's put him under pressure.
Hull with the ball at the back, and Ajayi gives it to Hughes. Hull with possession of the ball at the end of this goalless first half. Crossfield ball from Hughes towards Coyle. Coyle can't keep it in play. It's out for a throw to Leif Davis.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing Taylor at half time. I don't think Kayuste's going to last much longer.
Well, that could be it for Kayuste's evening, because that's half time and he is limping off quite heavily. So we'll see what kind of treatment he gets in the next 15 minutes and see whether it works. But very insipid, uninspiring, rather dull, poor first half of football, Alex, to put it mildly, wasn't it? That was a hard watch.
Yeah, it was a hard watch, and I think they all need to go back in and they need to put their boots on the right feet. Because really, both teams, I expected more from both of them.
I did as well.
And it was very sloppy from all over the pitch, not just one person. It was everybody could not get their passing right. So hopefully second half, Brenner, we'll see a lot more from both teams. Gelhardt was only bright spark to look at. He did well. We had nothing really nothing at all.
What do they need to do other than find their men with their passes? In what other ways can they improve, or would you change anything? It's unlikely Kieran. If Kieran does anything, it'd be like for like Taylor for Kiyuste. But what would your thinking be at this stage? Because there's an opportunity, isn't there?
It is an opportunity. I would be thinking, basically, let's get your passing right. Let's be doing a lot more forward passing. Let's be trying to cut them in behind. Because at this moment in time, Al-Jai's got a cigar at the back.
Yeah.
He really has. He's sitting there picking the ball up. He looks like Franz Beckenbauer at the back. He really does, the way he's playing. And we need to put some pressure on them. We need to up the tempo and close them down quicker and try and get our passing going, because any quick passing on this team, they don't look anything at the back, and we've not even threatened them, Brenna. We really need to be getting, and I'm sure that's what McKenna will be saying, and we need to up the tempo a little bit all over the pitch.
Yeah, fingers crossed for much better from Ipswich Town in the second half, which will hear live on BBC Radio Suffolk Sport. But at the midway stage, it's 0-0 again.
7 games in the Championship tonight. The leaders Coventry 2-1 up at Middlesbrough. Borough have got one back. Ellis Sims on 10 minutes. Liam Kitching on 15 for the Sky Blues. Morgan Whittaker 2-2 for him. Got one back for Borough on 32 minutes with their new manager watching from the stands. Charlton conceded 5 in the first half of the weekend. Just the 3 tonight. Stoke 3, Charlton 0. The half-time score at the Bet365 Stadium. At Vicarage Road, Watford 4 unbeaten, a 1-1 with Preston. Preston ahead through Daniel Jebberson. Dumbia levelling for the Hornets on the stroke of half-time. Joe Ward has given Derby a 1-0 lead at Swansea. Norwich are 1-up at home to Oxford. Makama with the only goal of the game so far. And in the 8 o'clock kickoff, Southampton going well again. Taylor, Harwood, Bellis and Finnazaz on the score sheet. They lead Leicester 2-0. Since parting ways with Will Still, they've played 3 and won 3. They're on course to make it 4 in a row. In the live table, Southampton all of a sudden up to 11th and just 2 points off the playoffs as we look at the live table right now, with Coventry 10 points clear if things stay as they are tonight. In the Champions League, 3 English sides in action. 2 are ahead. Newcastle at Marseille 1-0. Chelsea leading Barcelona by Pedro Neto, 0-0. At Manchester City trailing 1-0 at home to Bayer Leverkusen. There's a handful of non-league games locally tonight as well. We'll check in on Gary Button at Lowestoft Town in just a moment.
Living legends, I'm Laura Whitmore.
And I'm Ian Sterling. It's officially cosy season, people.
The perfect time for hot chocolate, blankets,
and a little bit of true crime.
Get your fix on Murder They Wrote, our weekly podcast diving into the wildest true crime stories.
From a murderous granny to the con man who sold the Eiffel Tower twice.
Oh, and don't forget Murder You Wrote.
Crazy cases from where you live.
That one's only on BBC Sounds.
Murder They Wrote. Listen on BBC Sounds.
You're with the match tonight on BBC Radio Suffolk. Ipswich Town are goalless away at Hull in our main feature tonight. In the Southern Premier League Central Division, Miles Cowling has just found the net for Needham Market, so they're level at 1-1 away at Bishop Stortford. No news of any goals in Bury Town's match away at Spalding United. We'll double check that one and get back to you. I know that AFC Sudbury are trailing tonight on their travels at Royston Town. Felixstowe and Walton United, the leaders of the Isthmian North Division, trailing 2-0 on their travels at Stanway Rovers. At Lowestoft Town, home to second in the table, Malden and Tiptree tonight. The Trawler Boys aiming for a 3rd straight home win. But it's goalless, Gary Button.
Yes, half-time here. Lowestoft Town 0, Malden and Tiptree 0. The Trawler Boys holding their high-flying visitors at the interval. Malden and Tiptree have dominated the first 45, but their chances have been limited. Lowestoft defending well. Freddie Sears with a snapshot after just 3 minutes tonight, which fell wide, and Louis Dunn's effort a minute later was straight at Ben Self and the Lowestoft goal after some quick, intricate interchange play. The Trawler Boys' first chance of the evening came on 12 minutes. Sam Howell in the starting line-up tonight saw his shot blocked by defender Corley, with a Fleury Monto's follow-up effort blocked by the Malden keeper Eastman. Malden very direct in their play, bypassing the midfield, this heavy pitch very sticky, and a number of corners followed, with the opposition's Louis Dunn forcing Self into an awkward punch which defender Abadundi had to clear off his own goal line. Another chance fell to Malden's Sears on the half hour. His shot shot deflected over with another corner, which have almost run into double figures by the break. The visitors, Tom Eastman, tried an off-target overhead kick from another done corner just before referee Robertson Tant blew for half-time. It's Lowestoft 0, Maldon and Tiptree 0.
Thank you, Gary. And indeed, confirmation that Bury Town are goalless on their travels at Spalding United tonight in the Velocity Cup third round. Newmarket Town trailing 1-0 at home to Brentwood Town. Ipswich Town are goalless away at Hull. No name attached to this text, but says hope Kieran McKenna does something different at half-time. Changehurst, Clark and Nunes. Your thoughts on the first half welcome? Lacking in quality, if you've been listening to our commentary team tonight. Not impressed with what they've seen so far, and adding that the game is there for the taking. 81333 if you want to drop us a text. It's 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. We'll be back at the MKM Stadium for the second half in a few minutes' time. England and Chelsea goalkeeper Hannah Hampton's been crowned the BBC Women's Footballer of the Year. We'll hear from her at some point in the programme tonight, perhaps during our half-time break if we've time. In cricket, England have been criticised for not taking up the opportunity to send their senior batters to a day-night practice match in Canberra. That tour match in the Aussie capital is a day-night pink ball game, the same conditions as next week's second Ashes test in Brisbane. Despite losing the opening test within 2 days, England captain Ben Stokes and coach Brendan McCullum have refused to change their stance, and former England coach Paul Fabrace has given them his support.
You know, you can't be swayed by public opinion. You can't be swayed by the former greats. You know, and that's why I admire Ben after the game saying, no, we're going to stick to what we do. You know, and everything I've read from Brendan, he's saying, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to stick to it. I admire the fact that they have a way they want to play. They've got a way they want their team to be. They're trying to win in Australia, which is a tricky place to win.
I mentioned this earlier. The Aussie captain Pat Cummins has bowled in the nets with a pink ball in Sydney today ahead of the day-night Ashes test next week. He missed the first test in Perth with a back injury. Fellow bowler Josh Hazlewood, currently sidelined by a hamstring problem, also bowled in the nets but isn't expected to be ready for that second test. The Rugby Football Union has announced a 10-year high revenue of £228 million in their latest financial accounts, but returned a small overall loss of nearly £2 million. It's a significant improvement from the £42 million loss in 2023-24. Here is the RFU's Chief Executive, Bill Sweeney.
Our revenues are the second highest ever for the RFU. The underlying profit is an 8 million profit, and then the overall loss is a 2 million loss. You've got a 10 million swing there. That 10 million is the money that we're investing into strategic projects, which is the money we got from the private equity deal that we did back in 2020. And the fact that we're in a good, strong financial position, no debt, very strong balance sheet, means that we can invest that 10 million into things like the women's game, into the community game, into the stadium master plan.
In snooker, Chang Bing-Yu made a 147 break in UK Championship qualifying earlier to take the number of maximums in a season to a new record of 16, with more than 6 months of the campaign remaining. It was the first 147 of Chang's career. It came in his 6-5 defeat to Stephen Maguire. The seven-time world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan, along with Tepchai Unnu and Aaron Hill, has made 2 147s this season. Darts now, just before we return to Hull for the second half. World number 1 Luke Littler will start his PDC World Championship defence against the Lithuanian Darius Lebanovskis at Alexandra Palace next month. There's plenty of Suffolk interest in the competition as well. Mendham's Peter Wright takes on Noelin van Leuven. Mervyn King's up against Ian White. Stephen Burton from Ipswich plays Martin Schindler, and Bungay's Andrew Gilding faces Cam Crabtree. Ryan Meikle from Rendlesham will be making his 6th appearance at Ali Pali, and he's been drawn against Jesus Salate. So what does he know about his opponent?
I must admit, I don't know much about him at all. He's a international qualifier, obviously, so he's not someone who probably anyone on the tour who's ever come across. I think he came over this year for the World Cup of Darts, and I think they did all right. They had a bit of a surprise win against someone. So, yeah, obviously it's not someone you take lightly, but I think the draw could have been, a lot worse as well. So, yeah, we'll see.
How do you prepare then for a player that's not that well known? Because you can't look back at footage of him as easier as you could if, say, you were, drawn against somebody like, I don't know, Peter Wright, for example.
Yeah, I think, I must admit I did have a little look on YouTube last night just to see, I didn't have a clue who it was, what he looked like, what he threw like. So I did have a little look last night, and yeah, I think mainly there with darts, you've got to prepare yourself. As long as I'm feeling good and in good form, I just keep telling myself, if I play well, I should win. So that's the sort of way I'm looking into it.
How's this year been for you when it comes to darts?
It's been all right again. The last sort of 4 or 5 years have been sort of fairly consistent. I'm always in the same sort of position. So not quite. We all like to move up a bit higher than what we are. But I qualified this year for the Worlds quite easily in the end. So there was no sort of nervous last few months or not knowing if I was going to get in. I was always quite comfortable. So yeah, I'd say it's been an all right year.
And, as long as you can continue to qualify for the World Championships, you never know where it can take you. And this year, Ryan, the World Darts Championship has got even bigger, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's been big increase in prize money, an extra 32 players in it, so it's just a flat first round draw now, instead of the top 32 coming in second round. So, yeah, obviously, I think the prize money is obviously the big thing. So, yeah, it makes it even more special for qualifying.
Tell everyone how much you win if you are crowned world champion.
So it's gone up to 1 million this year for the winner.
Crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. £1 million. It's life-changing money, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, even if quarterfinals is about 100,000, I think. Obviously, I think with Luke Littler and what he's done the last few years, that's brought in more sponsorships, and obviously the Christmas one's always obviously very popular anyway, but it's just gone crazy. So yeah, it's only good for all of us players, really.
What's the furthest you've got in the World Championships, Ryan?
Second round. I've got through the first round 3 times, but yeah, I've always come across the top 10 player second round, so I'm hoping this year's the year I could finally sort of break that duck.
It's great to play against the big names because it does get you in the papers and stuff, but you'd rather meet them in a quarter-final or a semi, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I've always looked at it as a positive as well because, playing Littler last year was the most incredible thing ever for me, like obviously on social media, and it was just everywhere, and although I lost, I think, because I sort of ran him close as well, got me a few more sponsorships, got me out there a lot more, and so yeah, it was only a good thing, really.
Well, good luck. I know you have lots of family support travelling to Ali Pali to watch you. Who's coming along?
Yeah, I always have the whole family. My wife, parents, brothers, sisters. There's normally around 10 of us all go up there. So yeah, it's just a very special occasion.
Ryan Meikle speaking with Wayne Bavin on BBC Radio Suffolk ahead of his latest appearance at the PDC World Darts Championship next month. Another goal for Southampton, 3 up at home to Leicester in the 8 o'clock kickoff. We're back in Hull for the second half next.
Head down from O'Shea, picked up by Gelhardt. Gelhardt press put over Walton. Whoa, that was brilliant from Gelhardt for a second. Hearts were in mouths. Walton was scrambling back. He was a bit panicky there. Thankfully it was off target. It would have been a goal from 40 yards? Coyle on the right hand side bends across into the centre. Headed away by Greaves as far as Ndala, who shoots. Saved by Walton, or hit the post, a bit of both perhaps. It's come off Walton for a corner kick. That was a good effort from Hull, the best we've seen so far. Greaves now being booed, given away. Slater gets away from Greaves. Joseph for Hull inside the D, a chance, he shoots and he pulls it wide. That was a real opportunity for Hull City to take the lead in this game, but not the contact he was hoping for, Joseph. Hurst off the front line, trying to get the better of a couple of defenders. He can't. Hull bring it away through Hughes. Matthew Seward takes it off of Hughes. McAteer outside the area, edge of the box, has a go, gets underneath it, and it's well over the bar from the former Leicester player. JB in the centre of the Ipswich half, gets it forward to Gelhardt. Gelhardt holds off Clark. He's still got it. Gelhardt has a go. It's on target. Walton was behind it.
We're hoping for an improvement at the MKM Stadium. A second half about to get underway. Ipswich Town have made a change, Brenner.
Yeah, Taylor's come on for Cayuste, who was injured towards the end of that first half. The only alteration to the 22 that started this game. Tanner got Walton off to our left. Back four of Furlong, O'Shea the captain, Greaves and Davis. Now Matthew Seward alongside Taylor. Then it's McAteer, Nunez, Clark in behind Hurst. On the bench, Button, Philogene, Athon, Eggerly, Akpom, Kipre, Johnson and Young. Hull play the same system as Town. They've got Pandor, the goalkeeper. Their back fours Coyle, Ajayi, Hughes and Giles. Then Hadjimetovic plays alongside Slater. Then it's Gelhardt on a yellow, JB and Ndala playing behind Joseph on the bench for them. Phillips, Balumi, Akintola, Egan Drame, Famewo, Destan, McCarthy and Williamstown in blue, white, blue, playing from left to right against the old gold shirts of Hull. Black shorts, old gold socks. And it's Hull who get the second half underway at the MKM Stadium. Very poor first half of football, it has to be said. 0-0 between these two teams, but as you keep saying, there's a real opportunity for one of these two sides to kick on and get a very valuable 3 championship points. Town still in the live table, just a point outside the top 6, but very congested. So many teams within 3 points of that top 6 now. Lots of sides on 24, 25, 26 points in the table. Southampton beat Leicester 3-0. Wow. They've really kicked on the Saints of late. Giles crosses into the Ipswich area. Deep, it'll swing out towards the fullback on the other side, Coyle. He chests it down. Clark's back defending for Ipswich Town. Hadjimetovic on the stretch, pokes it forward and out at left back for an Ipswich Town throw in. And Davis is going to be taking it. And Darnell Furlong's just realised that there are still some cones on the field from the start of the second half warm-ups from one of these teams. He's had to throw them off the pitch. We've got what we'd played nearly 90 seconds with those cones on the field. It's that kind of night.
I don't think it made much difference.
No. They were maybe there all the first half for all we know.
They've not used that part of the pitch.
Yeah. A throw in by Davis, nodded down by Regan. Slater, nice touch on by Ndala, but good work from Greaves to win it for Ipswich. Furlong plays it down the right line, good ball from Furlong to McAteer. McAteer's got the better of defender Hughes, who made a mess of it, but then coming in behind while McAteer stumbled and maybe pulled a muscle. It's gone out, but that looked a real opportunity for him there. Well, it's more a hand problem, I think, that he's doubled up with.
I was unlucky. It was good play. It was a good ball, and he was just unfortunate. He never connected with it. It just stumbled. I think he's landed in his hand, has he? Or somebody stood in his hand, sprained it.
He's in a bit of pain at the moment, McAteer, but okay, he's wincing, but he's fine. He's going to carry on. Furlong. Afterwards, you'll say very welcome on this game. Call 0800 141 2121 if you want to have a chat to Graham and Alex, or text 81333. Start those messages. SFK or WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Start those SFK as well. Poor throw from Furlong and Ndala. In goes Furlong to win the ball, and then the appeals that it came off of Ndala. Man with the checkered flag disagrees and says it's a Hull throw in at left back. So it's just down below us on this near touchline. Giles with a throw. Had some time at Middlesbrough last season, Giles, but he's come back reinvigorated. Been good for Hull so far this season. Coyle on the halfway line. Switch of play from him towards the chest of Ndala. I'd like him to his Manchester City colleague Jeremy Doku in terms of his style of play. Clearly nowhere near that quality just yet, because wow, he's very exciting, Doku, every time I watch him in the Premier League. At the back, Hull have it with Hughes. Back to Pandor, right-footed and forward from him to the far side of the field. Comes off the back of Davis and out on the far side for a throw-in. Very quiet as well here. Next to no atmosphere. Taylor's first involvement is to prod the ball out far side. He's been playing well of late, Taylor, Alex, hasn't he? He's done a good job when he's been in the team.
Yeah, he's steady Eddie, isn't he? He does well, he gives 110%. He always looks forward as well with the ball, which I like to see, and he's always positive.
Hull with Hughes. Nice calm night in East Yorkshire in terms of the conditions. Davis, so at the top of Gelhardt, getting the ball down and out of play. Last player to score in more games here in a row for Hull was actually Jared Bowen. Gelhardt's trying to score for the fourth in a row here. He was a good player in his time here, Bowen, and he's an exceptional one for West Ham now. That was 8 in a row he managed before he got his move to East London. So Gelhardt just a fair bit behind him still. as Greaves stoops and heads the ball out. Hull have a throw in just outside the Ipswich area. Gelhardt infield, gets the ball back, approaching the Ipswich town box, gets into the box. Brilliant play from Gelhardt, and he goes down, nothing doing. Referee got a good view, and he was quite right to wave away the penalty appeals. That was an excellent little bit of play. In comes a cross for Hull, headed up by Furlong, not fully away. JB challenges, nodded down by Greaves. It's really messy at the back. Again, the referee says play on. Coyle wins it back over Clark, and then Coyle goes down, and the referee said there's a foul on Matthew Seawer earlier on, I think is the signal. It's a free kick to Town just inside their penalty area.
I've seen them given, I like to see it on the TV, I've seen them given those penalties. Did well, Gelhardt. He's only a bit quality that we've seen on the pitch, to be fair. He really is. Every time he gets the ball, he looks exciting to watch, he's positive. He looks very good, to be fair.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, I've liked him tonight. Here is O'Shea. First time I've really seen him shine in a game. He's been highly regarded for so long. But as I said earlier on, he sort of found a home here this season. Matthew Seawer trying to get the better of his man, which he does. Then he gives it to Clark. Excellent from Matthew Seawer. Clark bursting forward for Ipswich Town, 30 yards from goal now. Close the ball into the box towards Hurst. Taken away from him. Comes back to Clark. Clark gives it to Nunez in the D. Nunez's effort. And he was probably swinging away from the goal. Pandor's gone down to make the save. Town didn't have a shot on target in that first half, incidentally. Hull had 7 shots in total, 1 on target. Ipswich 2, but neither of those on target. Town had more possession than Hull. Oh, lovely play from Ndala, really skillful. Tries to get it back from Giles. He can't collect it. Cleared away by O'Shea. Nunez, nice play from the Chilean. Takes it away from Hadjimetovic. Back comes Giles, piles into the back of Nunez. The referee tried to play the advantage. Didn't go Ipswich Town's way, so now he's blown up, which looks a fair decision.
Yeah, a bit better in the last minute or so from both teams. A little bit of skills, a little bit of positivity. Good from Nunez there. Good opportunity to put a decent ball into the box here.
It is a good position.
All the big boys coming up.
It's an opportunity for Ipswich Town. Haven't had too many in this game so far. The Town fans singing Marcelo Nunez's name off to our left-hand side. The volume will increase if he can create something from this set piece, which, given his ability, he should be able to do. It's a free kick and a really good crossing position for Ipswich Town, attacking the goal off to our right-hand side. Town looking to score the first goal of this game, and it comes from Nunez. Looks really good. It's headed over though. I was at McAteer, got the touch. He certainly ran towards the ball. Looked a really dangerous ball in from Nunez.
That's poor. That's a poor header. It really is a great ball in from Nunez. Great ball in. He just went. He just needs a flick on it. He's got too much on it. He's just got to touch it, glance it, and it's in the back of the net. Too much. Was it Taylor or was it? I thought it was Taylor.
Cleared away by Pandor. Alex Matthew alongside me at the MKM Stadium, as it will be next Tuesday night when Ipswich Town are back in midweek action. We're at Ewood Park for the second trip there against Blackburn Rovers this season after the rain-affected match earlier on. In between that, Town were at Oxford, so it's another match night on Friday night. That is, Oxford struggling and losing to Norwich tonight. Down there, both teams in the bottom 4 at the start of play. 6-pointer really. Furlong down the line towards McAteer, wrestled to the ground. Ipswich Town ball right in front of Kieran McKenna. Furlong pushes Ndala away from the ball. Ndala's not going to walk. Referee's telling him to shift it. Furlong has the ball just in front of the Ipswich Town technical area. Middlesbrough level, come back from 2-0 down at home to Coventry. That game between the top two. Greaves to Davis, poor from Davis, picked up by Gelhardt. Hull played into the middle. Furlong intercepts. Nunez on the ball to McAteer, trying to do things a bit quicker. Nunez gets it back from McAteer, 35 yards out, switches play. Good ball from Nunez. Davis controls it on his chest, wide left outside the Hull box. Back to Clark, shifts it onto his right-hand side, gives it to Nunez in the D. Way too heavy a touch from him, because otherwise Town had got themselves into a good position. That was nice from Ipswich.
Yeah, a lot better, a lot more slicker, sharper passing. What we want to see. Nunez touch let him down there. It was a good ball in from Clark to Nunez. He had a couple of yards, but his touch was poor. But yeah, a lot better. good to see. Let's see, we see more of that.
In the 10th minute of the second half. Still can't write off back-to-back 0-0s as Giles gets ready with this throw-in for Hull City. And straight out of play, that's very poor from him indeed. Furlong. These two sides meet again at Portman Road in mid-February. Although I think that's FA Cup 4th round weekend, so of course should either side get through their round 3 tie, that game would be rescheduled for a Tuesday night at some point. Taylor hits the referee, was unlucky because he spotted that Davis was in a good position, so the ball's pulled back and it's Ipswich Town's.
Yeah, the referee's kidding on, he never hurt him either. I'm tough.
Yeah. That was a pity, wasn't it? Because Taylor played the right ball. Nice play from Matusiwa. Gets it to Clark. Clark stretches and plays it back to Taylor. On the left-hand side, hugging that far touchline is Davis up against Coyle. Davis pulls it back to Taylor, 30 yards from goal. Still on the left, it's Greaves. Now far corner. Clark showed too much of the ball to Gelhardt, who played it against Clark. Clark kept it in play well. Clark, low ball into the box, cut out by a Hull defender. Gelhardt can bring it away. JB's on his bike. Gelhardt gets it up to him, but Matusiwa did well to position his body between man and ball.
He had to as well, didn't he? He had to, because he was in.
Davis. Forward comes his pass. Nice little dink ball between the lines, collected by Clark. Too heavy a touch. Hull get it back through Coyle. Clark piles into him through frustration. Free kick. Town have got Eggerly, Akpom, Athon and Philogene all warming up near side. Would you be tempted to make a change soon, Alex? 56 minutes.
It's been a little bit better the second half. They've been a little bit more better with their passing, and they've been a little bit more positive. So I'd probably be leaving it for another 10-15 minutes, see how they go, because they have looked a little bit sharper since they came out.
Well,
not much, but they have looked a little bit sharper.
Town have had a positive impact from substitutes a number of times this season. Could be a night for one of those lads down below us. At the moment, Town have it with Taylor. Clark gives it to JB. JB pokes it forward to Joseph. In goes Greaves. There is Leif Davis to go back to Christian Walton. O'Shea inside his penalty area. The out ball is Furlong. Next to that line of substitutes, just down to our left. And Dala challenges Furlong. Goes down too lightly, the referee says play on. Furlong gets up to his feet and almost finds Hurst. The ball goes through the challenge between he and Hughes. Ajayi along the deck into the path of Coyle far side. And then it goes back to Ajayi.
I'm sure we will see Philogene at some stage.
Oh yeah, we'll see all of those players
they'll all come on
stage. Ajayi out to the left-hand side. Good-looking ball from him to Giles. Giles gives it to Ndala, who looks up, right footed, crosses into the area behind Joseph and now behind Walton's goal line.
Yeah.
Had 5 seasons in the Premier League, in the last 15 Hull. It's their 5th season back at this level after 1 in League One. You might remember they had that 1 season in the 3rd tier, went up I think pretty much as champions. So fairly settled at this level again. Gone through a succession of managers before Sergei Yakirovich. O'Shea inside his penalty area, digs out a pass to halfway, looking for Taylor. Missed by both he and Hughes. Clipped forward by Ajayi, brought down by Gelhardt. Tried to do too much. Intercepted by Matusiwa. Nunez gives it to Davis. Out to the far touchline, Clark. Running infield, trying to get away from Coyle. Davis on the overlap. The ball goes back to him. Lowett comes in from him, cleared away by Ajayi. Clark into the area, plays a 1-2. Nunez back to Clark, blocked off, and then should be cleared away by JB. Looked like opening up for Town.
Yeah, unlucky.
O'Shea's done well, finding McAteer on the right. He gives it to Furlong. Furlong a little back heel to McAteer, the number 20. McAteer around the corner to Matusiwa. Nunez had made a run in front of him. Eventually Nunez gets the ball. Into the box goes McAteer. Nunez waited too long and Dala brought it away, but he's run into trouble. Taylor gives it to Clark on his right foot in the D. Hasn't pulled the trigger, gives it to Nunez in the box. He tries to find McAteer. One touch too many from Ipswich Town. It's brought away by Giles.
A lot better though, a lot better.
Wasn't it?
A lot better. Nunez has got to do more. He's got to do more. 2 or 3 opportunities he's had, and his touches let him down, or his decisions let him down. But a lot better from Town. That's what I want to see. A little bit sharper passing, closing down quicker. A lot better.
It was out for a throw to Hull. Clearly missing McBurney as a presence up front, a bit like Wrexham missed Kiefer Moore on Saturday. In goes JB, winning the ball against Hurst. Ajayi for Hull City. Goalless here tonight on BBC Radio Suffolk. Ajayi forward, he passes the ball, looking for Joseph, trying to get away from Greaves. Greaves has done well. Joseph's going to try and get away from him. He's gone down, but it's Greaves who's being impeded first. It's a free kick that's gone the way of Ipswich Town. Home fans and management incensed that their side hasn't been awarded a penalty with half an hour to go.
I was a bit concerned there because Greaves stopped. I thought he was just not going to let it play, and he stopped, but we got it in the end.
I was concerned as well. Given away by Furlong. Slater, haven't mentioned him much in the second half. He's maybe coming to life. Hughes to Hadjimetovic. Giles back to halfway, and JB maybe getting on the ball a little bit more of late. Ajayi to the far side, Coyle, infield to Gelhardt, brought down by Greaves, free kick. 33 yards from goal, maybe on an angle. Coyle has this free kick for Hull. Slater is also there. I think it's going to be Slater who takes it. Gelhardt's on the corner of the area, Alex.
It's quite a good one to defend this. It's in a sort of no man's area, isn't it? It's too close to put a good cross in, and there's not a lot you can do with this one. Well, hopefully.
Famous
We're
last
saying
words.
that, yeah, famous last words. We should defend this okay, I would have liked to think.
62 minutes played in this so far goalless championship match at the MKM Stadium. Free kick to Hull. Regan Slater puts it into the Ipswich area, headed away by O'Shea. Recycled by a little nod back. But nothing came of that. And it's going to be a throw-in on this left-hand side for Hull City. Giles, the left back, to take it. So we're into the final 28 minutes, pretty much, of this game. It's there for either of these sides. Joseph tumbles, well done, Matusiwa. Plays a good ball up to Hurst. Hurst gets his feet in a muddle, trying to lay it off to Nunez. Ball to the far side for Coyle, who just keeps it in, gets it to Gelhardt. Gelhardt shields it away from Davis. It's a fair bit of stick, Kieran McKenna, for his timing of his substitutions as well. People notice they tend to be 65 minutes into games, and that's about what's going to happen now as well. Matusiwa to Nunez. Now on this right-hand side, McAteer, who could be one of the players coming off. Definitely movement. Akpom's coming on. Eggerly is coming on. It'll be McAteer and Nunez's time is up. Hull going to make a change as well. A couple of alterations by the looks of things. Who's coming on for them? Destan, who's a striker. 10 play it forward with too much force. Started at the weekend, Ennis Destan. Started the last 2 games and scored in both of them, so a bit unlucky not to start this one, perhaps. And also coming on for them is Mohamed Baloumi. As Hull played up towards the halfway line. Baloumi's a wide striker. Destan tends to play centrally. Kyle Joseph almost certain to be one of the changes here for Hull. Let's have a little look. Off comes Ndala.
He's flattered to deceive a little bit, Ndala, isn't he?
Yeah. He goes off. There's Destan, although I'd imagine Destan might go through the middle. And the other change is Hadjimetovic is going off, so it's an attacking change actually from Hull. Yeah, taking off one of the holders in midfield to bring on a wide striker. So maybe a change of system. I wonder if Gelhardt's going to go more centrally, which would make sense to get involved a bit more. I think Bellumi is going to cross to the right-hand side where Gelhardt has been playing.
I like that when they change the system. Do you know what I mean? It changes it all. It makes it... Oh, it's just better to watch, I think.
Clark to Davis. Back the ball goes to Clark. Matusiwa in the centre of the Hull half. Out to the right-hand side, he finds Casey McAteer. Probably his last involvement in this game. Eggley's about to come on. Good play from McAteer. Nunez shoots. Little ball slid through to Nunez, who'd made a good run. It was good play from McAteer. Town have won a corner kick in the end.
Yeah, positive, getting the ball in the box. That's what you want to see. We don't see that very often, do we?
No. Still, players wait to come on. Philogene coming on. He's Hull's top scorer a couple of years ago. He's one of the alterations. Corner kick Ipswich Town, their first of the second half, which is 20 minutes old. We're still 0-0. It's cold East Yorkshire night. Hull have everybody back in the box off to our right, and it comes from Davis, headed wide from O'Shea when he was merely, one would imagine, trying to head it back into a dangerous area there.
These are subs.
Yeah, whoever the third one is, not quite ready, is it?
Three.
Akpom was the one that was slightly on the drag. So Eggley, Akpom and Philogene coming on, one would imagine to play behind George Hurst. Clark is the first one to disappear. So what's that? Yeah, 65 minutes in. Philogene being booed. Wasn't particularly popular at the end of his time here. Oh, Akpom's replacing Hurst. It's interesting if he goes and plays up there. Akpom, former Hull players, also get one or two boos. And Eggley comes on for McAteer. So Nunez is staying on. So it's Nunez in behind Akpom. Don't try something a little bit different there. Opportunities to score their first goals for Akpom and Eggley for Ipswich Town. Hull have the ball on the edge of their 6-yard area. Cleared forward by Pandor. We're going to get the final quarter of this match, these players. Akpom, his layoff's a bit too heavy. I think he was an Arsenal player when he was on loan at Hull. Chuba Akpom, very early on in his career. Furlong heads the ball up for O'Shea to nod forward. Eggley gets on it ahead of JB. Matusiwa back to Greaves, then to Matusiwa. He's robbed. Regan Slater for Hull, edge of the area. Matusiwa tries to bring him down. He doesn't quite manage it. Gelhardt gets it back for Hull. Tries to tee it up for JB. Town get bodies back. Eventually comes to JB. Goodness me, that's an awful finish from 23 yards, right over the bar.
Yeah, lucky there, Matusiwa. He gave it away 2 or 3 occasions there. Tried to get it back. It came back to him again. He lost it again, and then... Yeah, thankfully it was a poor finish.
Town goal kick. 22 minutes played in the second half live on BBC Radio Suffolk. Ooh, Town almost caught out there. Destin closing down both Walton and O'Shea. Walton kept a very calm and cool head before eventually firing it out to Davis. Philogene takes a nudge in the back. Coral then plays it off of him. I think there's a feeling amongst the Hull fans that Philogene sort of used Hull as a bit of a stepping stone, and it was around that time that his agent was said to have been photographed at Barcelona and stuff, so left on a bit of a sour note when he went back to Aston Villa for his 7th goal of the season for Ipswich Town. There's a chance of being the winner here tonight if he gets it. Akpom wins a 50-50. Taylor's on the ball for Town, feeds it into the path of Furlong up towards Eggley. Good ball from the fullback. Eggley holds it up, goes back towards Matusiwa. Town have still got enough quality out there to go and win this game. Philogene on the far side. Back at Hull, taking on his man and beating him. Good play from Philogene. Gets to the byline. Back towards Davis. Davis thought about the first time cross. Instead of overlapping is Philogene. Right-footed cross from Philogene. Headed towards goal and in! Nunez nods it down and beyond the goalkeeper, who couldn't do anything about it, and immediately Philogene comes on the field and creates Ipswich Town's opening goal in this match. It's now Hull City 0, Ipswich Town 1.
Get in, that's what we want to see. And to be fair, all it is a simple cross into the box. I must say though, the centre half's got it all wrong. He's well underneath it as a cross, but it's a nice little header from Was it Akpom? Nunez
scored it.
For Nunez.
He's about 5'8", is he?
Nice little header into the bottom corner. Excellent.
Bit of quality from Philogene to create that goal for Ipswich Town, much needed.
The subs have done it again, and that's what you need. It's a massive 3 points, this, Brennan. It really is.
If they get them, it would be, wouldn't it? Exactly, that was a bit of quality. He couldn't miss when it came to Nunez, but he's in the right position. As Alex said, the centre-halves, both of them 6'2" plus, hardly covered themselves in glory, but Ipswich Town have the lead. It would be a big victory if they can't secure this one. Still 21 minutes to go.
And they have deserved it the second half. They've been better the second half. They have been better.
Forward from Pandor. O'Shea nods it to the halfway line, so no, we don't get back-to-back 0-0s. It would have been a real rarity, particularly given this fixture. So Hull's defensive issues again bite them on the bum here as Ajayi pinning off to the far side, making himself available to Pandor. Forward he plays it all the way to Walton, backpedaling inside his penalty area. And Town hoping to extend their unbeaten run to 6 games here tonight with a victory, and they're up to 4th in the live table. Given away by Ipswich Town, edge of the box, intercepted by Furlong. Furlong up to Eggerley, obviously Town's highest position all season, just behind Coventry, Middlesbrough and Stoke. There is Taylor towards Greaves. Out on the far side is Philogene with an assist to his name. Still has it, Philogene, tiptoeing towards the box, inside the area, quick feet, dazzling again, eventually blocked off. Hull can bring it away. Oh, nice play from Gelhardt, totally leaving Taylor for dead. Hull then with a loose one forward.
We should have enough quality on this pitch now to keep the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And make Hull chase the game now.
Against a side that's been nothing special so far, far from it.
Just need to be nice, keep it nice and nothing silly. Keep the ball, move it around.
That's what made Town's first half performance all the more disappointing, because they weren't playing against a great side. O'Shea to Matusiwa in the middle, dodges one challenge, not the second, but actually then eventually gets the better of JB. Taylor, terrible from him, straight to the Hull man on the halfway line, running forward. Hull have it now just outside the Ipswich area. It's laid off to the left-hand side, and Giles's cross looks a good one, headed up and away by O'Shea, nodded fully away by Philogene, touched on towards Nunez. This could be very interesting. It's 4-on-2 in Ipswich Town's favour. They've got to make this count. Nunez has Philogene to his left-hand side, still Nunez inside the area, shoots off the backside of a Hull defender, Ajayi, but goodness me, what an opportunity. Here come Town again in the second phase with Davis, edge of the area. Nunez sets himself up, gives it to Eggerley. Now it's Philogene into the area. Davis takes it to the byline, into Akpom, blocked off, comes out as far as Furlong, saved by Pandor. But how many chances did Town need to make it 2-0?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first one, Nunez has got to do a lot better. He's done the right thing, because they've backed off. But the finish has got to be a lot better than what
then, hasn't he? He got into the area. They keep backing off and keep giving him the opportunity to score.
But better play though. Better play. Akpom's looked lively since he's come on. He set that up there.
I thought he was going to score when that came to him. Well blocked, I guess, by Hull City, but that was a real opportunity. Well, several of them in one phase of play. Nunez with a corner kick for Ipswich Town, headed towards goal. Save, might be a tap in. It's in. The flag has stayed down. That's Chuba Akpom who goes and celebrates. 2-0 Ipswich Town, 2 quick-fire goals might have taken towards a big 3 points in East Yorkshire that's carrying them into the top 6 of the Championship table for the first time this season.
He's offside, Bren, I'm sorry.
He looked a
mile offside.
It did look a long way.
He really did. There's no VAR, is there?
No, not anymore. The flag's certainly stayed down. The referee wants to sort out the whole bench is incensed.
Oh, he looked a yard off, but hey, we'll take it. It evens itself out. I like to see it on the television, but
Hull fans aren't happy with that. Controversial second goal for Ipswich Town. Well, the substitutions have worked a treat. Philogene with an assist, and then Akpom with his first goal for Ipswich Town. 16 minutes to go. Ipswich Town in a great position to go on and win this game.
Yeah, it's game over now. They'll not come back from that.
17 still to go at the MKM Stadium.
Yeah, they're just saying it's onside. He was onside. He looked a yard, but they're saying it's onside, Brenner, so we'll take it anyway.
Yeah, the flag didn't hesitate, kept it down. I have to say, lots of Hull players didn't go towards him either, so they've accepted it. So good shout, and Town ahead after they'd just missed a few chances by 2-0. Nunez and Akpom, the current front two, if you like, for Ipswich Town, both on the score sheet. Matus Siwa touches it to halfway, intercepted by JB, then won by Matus Siwa. And it's Hull City free kick. Well, Town have certainly been better, thank heavens, in this second half. And ahead, another couple of changes for Hull, bringing on number 11 Akintola, and also Cody Drame. Yellow card for, I don't think it's the Hull boss, I think it's one of his backroom staff, still protesting about what they thought was offside, which wasn't. And all the noise is coming from the tractor boys and girls. It's been worth the journey now in terms of the scoreline.
Forget the first half performance, second half does it, won the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just about getting the
3 points.
Getting yourself in the top 6, 6 unbeaten, happy days.
And that's why Kieran McKenna gets paid the big bucks to make decisions like he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Philogene, tripped far side by Coyle, no, says the referee. Hull obviously now have to have a spring in their step, playing some good stuff there. Slater's got away from the Town back line, in dives Greaves, doesn't make contact with Slater. Slater edge of the area, back come the blue shirts. More of them in the Ipswich area than Hull players, so Town looking fairly solid at the back. And then Davis is allowed to take the ball away from Philogene, gives it to Taylor into the area. Greaves finds O'Shea, and 14 minutes to go. Town have a 2-goal cushion. Eggley centrally gives it back to Matus Siwa. Over halfway comes Taylor. Akpom wants the threaded ball through to him. Awkward one to deal with. It'll do him the world of good as well. Akpom's first goal, Alex.
Definitely, yeah. Take a lot of pressure off him.
Yeah, he's needed it. So Athon score his first goal for Town in the last away game. Just need Eggley and McAteer to get off the mark at some point. Smodix when he comes back to get his first of the season.
It's just great that we've managed to turn this game around.
It would be a really good win.
Yeah, because it's been a poor performance for the first half, but the second half they've been better.
A terrible first half, absolutely, but they're ahead and they're above the likes of Preston and Bristol City.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Ipswich Town.
The job is get 3 points, Brian. I forget how you play.
That's it. It's about winning games of football and getting back to the Premier League.
Many times have we seen Ipswich Town play teams off the pitch and not get a win?
Yeah, that's
Do you know
exactly
what I mean? So it's good that they've managed to do it the hard way.
They'll eventually win games playing really good football as well, we hope. For the moment, this is a really good win, or a winning position. But here finally come those next 2 changes for Hull. Coyle is going off to be replaced by Cody Drame. And Town are going to make another change. That Ben Johnson might be coming on for some rare minutes. And Akintola replaces Joseph up front.
We've seen a lot of the ball Coyle during the game, didn't he, the full-back?
Pardon?
Coyle seen a lot of the ball during the game.
Yeah, he has.
He got forward a lot, but never really created a lot.
Johnson not coming on quite yet. He's stripped and ready, but now he's put a red bib on, and play continues. He could come on for a number of players, I guess, either full-back, or he might even come on for Nunez if he wants to put Eggley through the middle, and Johnson wide right. Eggley into the path of Philogene. Town looking for a third goal. Philogene inside the Hull area. It might come now. It's at the post. Brilliant effort from Philogene, who's been a real live wire since he came on. Town a whisker away from absolutely making certain they were taking 3 points here tonight.
It's a great strike from Philogene. It really is. The keeper's touched on at the post. A great strike, but he's looked sharp, and you really expect that coming to your old club, you know what I mean, really want to be a spark. He'd be disappointed he wasn't starting, but he's done well when he came on.
Yeah,
he really has.
It does look really sharp, really dangerous as well. 2-0 to the Tractor Boys is the chant, with 11 minutes to go. Afterwards, have your say. Have a chat to Graham and Alex on 0800 141 2121, or you can text 81333. Start those messages SFK, or WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Also start those SFK. Our next full match commentaries from Oxford. McMills back alongside me on Friday night for what's an 8 o'clock kickoff. So Town go and win that, they can get themselves to a really healthy position before watching the other 22 championship clubs play on Saturday and Sunday. Greaves wins the header, touchdown by Nunez.
And McKenna will be happy that his substitutions have come on and gave us a spark and changed the game a little bit, which he does quite a lot. His subs seem to change games, don't they?
Yeah, all given away by JB. Taylor gives it to Nunez. Town fancy more goals in this game. JB wins the challenge on Nunez. 3 goals now, Nunez, for Ipswich Town. All of them away from home. Don't know how many headers he's scored in the past. Well, that's how he got the ball rolling here tonight. And then Akpom got off the mark not long afterwards either, when Town actually, just before Akpom's goal, had 2 or 3 really good chances to make it 2-0. Thankfully they did eventually. Greaves up to Davis. Matthews C with a little touch to Taylor. Taylor running towards the edge of the area, overlapping is Philogene. Philogene trying to get into the box. He's desperate to score a goal here tonight. Philogene, he's got his side a corner kick, which he might take himself.
He's made a difference today when he's come on, Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor's done well. He's been that spark in that midfield. He's been getting on the ball and positive, pushing balls forward. That's what you want. He can be pleased with his performance tonight, I think.
Philogene on this corner kick for Ipswich Town, trying to go 3-0 up at Hull. Right-footed, and it comes from him. Hasn't been cleared away just yet. Nodded back into the centre by O'Shea. Flag's gone up against Ipswich Town. Lots of fans of other championship clubs will definitely be paying attention to Ipswich Town. Weeks ago that would be the case, when they were just on the verges of the top 6 and unbeaten in 4. Well, it looks likely to be unbeaten in 6 and in the top 6.
The thing is, Ben, Hull have been on a good run of form as well. They've been doing okay as well, you know what I mean? So people take note of this performance, or this victory.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're a fan of any of the teams up there, you're thinking, Ipswich, they're starting to look threatening and a real danger. Nunez to fellow goal scorer Akpom. Akpom has options out to the left-hand side. He's given it to Philogene. You fancy Town to score again in this game. Davis overruns that. Into the middle it comes eventually. Cleared away by Hughes after hesitancy from the goalkeeper. Philogene wins the ball back. Town looking the more likely to score the 3rd goal of this game at the moment, as obviously things have opened up. Philogene's really enjoying himself out there. Akpom's now got the taste for goals as well. Here is Philogene to Taylor. On halfway is Greaves. Greaves finds Taylor up towards Philogene. Philogene spins away. So quick, so silky. Such a threat, trying to put him behind for Akpom. It's really good to watch.
Yeah,
Philogene, isn't he? Really exciting. Here he is again on the ball. You just want Philogene to be on the ball as much as possible. Out behind, goal kick to Pandor.
He's enjoying himself tonight, isn't he? Since he's come on.
Final 8 minutes of this match. Here comes Ben Johnson. Who's he going to be coming on for? Kieran McKenna maybe want to sort something out. He wants a word with Eggerly McKenna, so I wonder if that means Nunez is coming off and maybe Eggerly will go into the number 10 for a little chance to play in there, where he says he'll end up long term, or he'd like to play long term. Or is Johnson just going to come on for a fullback now? I think it is Nunez.
Yeah,
I did wonder if that might be the case. So another goal scoring away trip for Marcelino Nunez, applauded off by the Town fans. He's going to be replaced by Ben Johnson on the right hand side.
He could have 3 or 4, Nunez. He's a few chances, isn't he?
I'd like to see Eggley get a goal now as well.
Yeah, do them all.
7 minutes. Clearly a talented player. He's going to play him behind Akpom. Up to halfway by Hughes. Nodded down by Destan. Won though by Matthews Siwa. Philogene gives it back to Jacob Greaves. Here is Dara O'Shea gets the ball out from under his feet, but then wastes it with a forward pass. Town's man of the match against Wrexham at the weekend, did have a good game. Hughes back to Pandor. Pandor clears to halfway, won by O'Shea. Johnson gets a touch, gives it away though. Here's Akintola. Back he goes towards Hughes. 6 minutes to go. A relatively rare win in East Yorkshire for Ipswich Town. Only their third down the years. Forward from Pandor to the far side, live on BBC Radio Suffolk Sport. Greaves brings it down, 2-0 Ipswich. Taylor, the half-time sub, wants it. Greaves has held on to it. It's been a happy return to his native part of the world for Jacob Greaves.
I think that's my first win for a wee while as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah.
It must be.
I think when you did last see them win.
Norwich was the last one. But,
Here come Hull inside the Ipswich area. Gelhardt plays the central striker. Still has it Gelhardt. Goes square to JB. Holds off Eggley. Eggley went down lightly. JB has the ball outside the area. Has a go. Deflected out behind by O'Shea. Wow. He's gone down flat on his face in the area. I think that's caught him flush. He's up on his knee on all fours. For a second he might have been knocked out. It was brave, solid defending.
It was a sore one, that.
It was a sore one. He'll take one in the face for the team. Thankfully looks to be alright. Corner kick to Hull, who'll feel that if they can score now, well, you never know. If he's just checking, there's no chance of concussion or anything. Doesn't even need somebody to come on, O'Shea.
I thought they had to come on and check. No?
Yeah, clearly not.
No?
It's okay. Any doubt whatsoever, the referee would have called for assistance. Corner kick to Hull. Slater towards the far post. Davis ducks underneath it. Out it goes. Destan's down in the 6-yard area. Let's go back to Graham at 2-0 Ipswich.
Coventry ahead again at Middlesbrough 3-2. Alex's last away win for the radio, March 2024 at Blackburn. So hopefully that's a good omen.
March 2024 at Blackburn, Alex, was your last win.
Was it?
Yeah. 21,271 there. The attendance here tonight as Christian Walton gets ready to take this goal kick. We got the draw at Goodison last year. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what else you had in the Premier League. Was that it?
I think so, yeah. That was
the only one that wasn't a defeat last season in the Premier League. Well, hopefully
I'll see one next Tuesday as well.
Yeah, that would be nice. Town away at Blackburn in a week's time. Friday night at Oxford. Furlong nudged to the floor by Destan. It's a free kick for that shove. Furlong has stayed down. Home fans a bit agitated by that. Coventry 4-2. They score lots of goals, but they do give teams chances. I mean, they were 2-0 down to West Brom at the weekend, Coventry. So it'd be really good to see them a week on Saturday at Portman Road, Town's next home game. And then, of course, we're there just after Christmas. Town's final game of the year is at Coventry. Really good test as Walton gets ready with this free kick for Ipswich Town. Still fourth in the live table, Ipswich, with this 2-0 win. Johnson just on as a sub, taking the ball towards the corner flag off to our right hand side. He's done well now, and he's played it off of a Hull player. He did very well.
Is that corner? Throwing? Corner?
Just corner.
Done well there, Johnson.
Did 2.5 minutes to play. Kieran McKenna's thoughts to come before we're off air at 10:30. All being well. Sindrawalla Eggley with this corner kick for Ipswich Town. Approaching the end of this championship fixture, which Town should go on and win. The third goal will make absolutely certain. Left-footed towards the far stick, punched away. Shot from Philogene, that was on target. It was a great effort from Philogene, blocked off by too many bodies in the way. Hull come away with the ball. That's been nicely worked, actually, by Bellumi. Infield from Giles. Gelhardt's on the ball. Greaves brings him down. The referee says that's a foul by Greaves. He's going to get a yellow card. Just been an accumulation of challenges from Greaves. It wasn't worthy of a yellow on its own, that one, but he's in the book for the first time this season. Good break from Hull. It was a great strike from Philogene. It was, wasn't it? Which, yeah, Just too many players on the way. Had there not been, it would have been 3-0. Game over. We're in the 89th minute. Town lead 2-0. Free kick from Hull. Swings out the far side. Way off to the left outside the Ipswich area. A couple of players go to ground. Ball's decision's gone Ipswich Town's way. Kieran McKenna applauds.
Just don't want to give them anything to hold on to, do it? Something to make it a nervous last 3-4 minutes. Sure,
job well done for Town.
Yeah, it is. 3 points at the end of the day. That's what you want. That's what you come here for, to win matches.
Totally. Lots of Hull City fans leaving early. We're in the 90th minute and their side's 2-0 down. Cleared away by Furlong. He's hit his captain O'Shea, who's gone down again. Destan's immediately checking on O'Shea. That's nice of him. Again, he's taken 2 big hits there, O'Shea, in the last few moments, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow, he's going to need to be looked at from the Ipswich Town bench now. The life of a centre half, but wow, that's one after the other. So it's good to see that the medical staff have come on. He's telling them he's all right, but they're going to be persistent. The right thing to do.
I don't think it hit him in the head, though. I think it hit him in the chest, isn't it?
Destan was worried about him, so I think it maybe was the back of the head. It's coming off. 4 minutes of added on time to be played.
4 minutes.
Hopefully he's going to be okay. Dara O'Shea. Nice to catch up with him after the game at the weekend. That interview we played earlier on. He's still sorting stuff out. He's walking off the field, but turning around and pointing and shouting at his colleagues. They're going to have to defend this Hull free kick with a line of 9 blue shirts rather than 10. Slater knocks this ball forward, chested down by Davis. Can Town do anything on the break? Sadly, the answer is no. Drame pings a pass up towards Hughes, then Akintola back to halfway. Town winning 2-0. A minute into the added on 4. Drame far side, another one with Elland Road links. Here is Hughes, can't go forward, gives it into the centre circle, and back with Drame. Ajayi to Bellumi, infield to Destan, back to Bellumi. Town happy for Hull to have all this possession in front of them. That'll do. Time running out for Hull to enjoy some late drama. Hughes bypasses Eggerly, who's not had a chance in the 10 really to get on the ball and do anything. Good play from Gelhardt, edge of the area, shot comes in from Bellumi. Hughes touches it to Giles on the left hand side. Giles wants to take on Furlong. Furlong's defended him well, and the ball's come off Furlong. Corner kick to Hull, their first of the second half.
Yeah, good play from Hull, keeping the ball, but to no threat really. They won a corner.
2 minutes played of the added on 4. Corner kick to Hull, 2-0 behind. Giles back towards Gelhardt, who controls the ball, gets into the box. Philogene has a nibbly, shoots, he gets his shot away, but it was straight at Walton through the legs of Furlong. Another clean sheet for Christian Walton, hopefully in another couple of minutes time. Long kick from Walton, wasted straight at his opposite goalkeeper. This will be Town conceded just 3 goals in these 6 games if things stay as they are now. It's been a while since somebody scored more than a single goal against them.
Better, isn't it?
Yeah. Gives you a chance. Hughes to Giles down the left-hand side. Giles with the ball forward. Hopefully catch up the Ipswich Town player before we're off air as well. Nice to hear from Chuba Akpom, perhaps. Taylor to Philogene. Philogene knocked to the floor by Bellumi. Free kick with a minute to go. You can surely say that Ipswich Town have won this game. They've got a free kick at the back.
They look reasonably solid tonight, though, haven't they? Defensively wise, and
the second half's been a lot better than the first.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't get. As you say, it could only get better, couldn't it? Both teams were really poor first half. But the second half, Ipswich Town have been the better team. They deserved the win. Hull's not really shown anything really for me.
No.
I've seen better Hull sides than this.
Yeah, they've been disappointing, Hull. Headed away by Ajayi. Back-to-back defeats for Hull. We've got some of the big teams as well as Ipswich Town coming up in the next few weeks. Oxford have equalised at Carrow Road.
Oh dear.
The 95th minute. Goodness me, at least they've got a point at last. But what a season they're having. Important goal for Oxford.
They could be doing an Ipswich going down to League One.
Well, there's a realistic chance, I think, looking at the way they're playing and that squad. Ball's out near side for a through. All 4 minutes of added on time have been played. Ipswich Town are extending their unbeaten run to 6 matches with a third successive away win. 2-0 tonight at Hull, who are gamely still playing and trying. Akintola upends Furlong. Full time. Good win this for Ipswich Town up at Hull City this cold Tuesday night. It's 6 unbeaten now for Ipswich Town and 3 successive away wins as well. And for the first time this season, they've moved into the Championship playoff places.
Yeah, and I'm really pleased for them. First half, it was, as you say, it was really dire. Both teams not putting up any passing together, and it could only get better. And to be fair, Town played better second half. They looked more of a threat. The substitutions were a big change. I thought Taylor made a big difference, Brenner, when he came on. He gave us a lot more in the midfield going forward. I thought he did well. And then the strikers, Nunes seemed to do better when Akpom came on. Played better. A great 3 points. Take 3 points and move on for me. But really pleased for them.
What will the goal do for Akpom?
Honestly, that sense of relief, because I think he's getting a little bit of stick on Just. He works hard and he tries to do the right things. Things have just not come off for him. But scoring that goal will just give him a massive boost. And the same for Nunes as well. Keep scoring goals. But defensively, I thought we looked a lot better. Still look shaky at times. Matasio sometimes gives the ball away in tight areas and we get into trouble with it. But he recovers. He always gets back in there. Fullbacks both done well. Seen Davis better. I thought Furlong had a steady game. Walton did well in goal as well. So it's 2-0, it's a clean sheet, you move on.
Yeah, that's it, back-to-back clean sheets and into the top 6 as well for the first time this season. That's a nice position to find themselves in all of a sudden, isn't it?
Oh, it is, and then you've got your game in hand against Blackburn Tuesday, so which is even better. You've got your game on Friday against Oxford, which gives you another 3 points hopefully, and that moves you on to see with everybody else before they go and start playing on Saturday, like you were saying. And then we move on to Blackburn on Tuesday with a game in hand, and that boosts us up again. You can go third then, I think it is.
What are you feeling about their chances this season and where they're at?
It's a strange league, Brenner.
It is.
It's a very strange league. Last season or the season we went to the Premiership, you wouldn't even be anywhere near the top 6 with the performances, with the points we've dropped. But this league's completely different. The only runaway teams is Coventry. Honestly, we're right in there, and we can only get better, Brenner. Yeah. I think we're going to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, neutrals will definitely, a lot of people will think Coventry and Ipswich, they'll fancy them for the top 2. Nice scenes over there at the moment as the Town players have gone across to their 2,000 supporters or so. Friday night at Oxford, surely that's another opportunity, isn't it, Alex?
Definitely, yeah. I think every game's winnable in this league. We just need to play a little bit better and play the right way we can play. I still think they're still knitting together, and they're not getting any fluidity because of the changes and stuff, but that's the way Kieran McKenna's managing. And who we argue, he's made 5 changes tonight, and they came in and they've won this game 2-0.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing.
So you can't knock him. Knock him.
No, you can't. It would appear that Kieran McKenna knows what he's doing, shocker. I'm going to go downstairs and have a little chat to him somewhere in the bowels of the MKM Stadium. He'll have a big smile on his face, I'm sure, because his side has just beaten Hull City by 2-0 and moved up to 4th in the table.